wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
I'm sorry for being late. I have very serious problem with my internet, so yeah, it took a while. Okay, let's start.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Penny. Okay, before that, let me open the class first. Okay, good morning, everyone. I think it's good afternoon. Sorry, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Okay, how are you guys doing today?
Very well.
Very well. Still have a lot of spirit.
Yes.
Yes, all right.
I hope that all of you are not feeling sleepy, but please hang on for a while there because we're going to talk about a very interesting topic today. Okay, but before that, I forgot to say salam. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, let me introduce myself first. My name is Putri, and my partner name is Miss Astrie. We are from Group A, and we're going to have a presentation about outlining the speech. Okay, give me a second here. Okay, can you guys see my screen right now?
Clear.
Yes, very clear. And I hope this presentation will be informative and useful for all of us. Okay, let's get started. Okay, here's our outline. Yeah, there are some questions here. There are actually 3 questions, and then the last part is about conclusion and then discussion. The first question, it will be delivered by me as a first speaker. Okay, as you guys can see it, there is a screenshot of a Google Maps. Yeah. Do you know where is it? Do you know where is it placed? I think it's kind of familiar.
Melawai sih.
Yes, true. This is in Block M. I mean, as a Gen Z, yeah, we always go there every week. Yeah, once in a week at least.
Blok M.
Yeah, in Block M. Yes, but Hen, you can come, I guess. You can join
Intel
into Block
for
M.
JJS.
Yes, true. Yeah, it would be very amazing there. Okay, and here's a screenshot of the Google Maps, and then there is actually me, the one who's actually in a hijabi emoji. Well, before I explain more deeply about outlining a speech, let me share a case. This is actually based on my experience. Today is my first time going to Meiko Cafe, and which is my destination. However, I'm currently at Yuki Japanese restaurant. To reach Meiko Cafe, here's I need to head north on Malawi 6th Street, then turn right onto Malawi 6th Street. Eventually, I will see my destination. There is it, Meiko Cafe. As someone going to a place for the first time, having access to a road map or an application like Google Maps is very helpful to guide me. To be honest, Google Map is one of my favorite applications that I have on my smartphone. The situation is related to our topic today, outlining a speech. Just as a road map prevents us from getting lost, an outline prevents our ideas from becoming scattered or confusing the next audience. Confusing to the audience. Next, I will explain about purpose of an outline. I've already mentioned several points that is actually already highlighted, but I will explain more deeply again. The purpose of the outline, it allows us to see the entire structure and content at a glance. Outlining helps ensure our speech is well organized, has enough supporting material, and maintains a proper balance. It keeps related points together, ensures a smooth flow of ideas, and provides a solid structure that holds everything together. Typically, there are 2 types of speech outlines. The first one is about a comprehensive outline for planning, and the second, it's about a brief outline for delivery the materials. Okay. This is for the second question. It's about preparation outline. I will mention one case again. There is one case. For example, I need to give a speech about the benefits of reading for my English class. Without a preparation outline, I might just start talking about random ideas, for example, such as how reading is fun, how it helps vocabulary, how it reduces stress, and etc. But my thoughts might jump around without a clear flow, making it difficult for the audience to follow. This is where the preparation outline becomes essential. It provides guidance for organizing a speech effectively. Writing a preparation outline involves putting your entire speech together in a structured way, deciding what to say in the introduction, how to arrange the main points and supporting materials in the body, and how to wrap everything up in a strong conclusion. With an outline, the speech becomes more focused, organized, and easier to understand the audience. Okay, the next is about 8 guidelines for the preparation outline. Those guidelines were actually based on our book that already shared by Dr. Faini. The first guidelines is about state the specific purpose of for our speech. So I didn't only mention about the 8 guidelines, but I also mentioned several examples on the right side. So all of you can just see through our screens. The function to state our specific purpose of our speech is we have to write the specific purpose of our speech before the outline. Why? So it can be very helpful for us to check if our speech is successfully reaches its goal or not. For example, like Dr. Fanny already mentioned in our middle test, what kind of videos that we have to make, and then the function, for example, to inform the audience, to give additional, to deliver about the benefits, and etc. That's actually included in our specific purpose of our speech. And then the second guidelines is about identify the central idea. For example, some teachers wants you to write the central idea right after the purpose of statement. Or maybe our lecturers, they want us to include it later in the outline. But be sure to ask our lecturer first which one that they want us to follow. But my preference is I prefer to write my identify the central idea after the outline because this option is easier for me. But of course, maybe it can be very different with the other person. And then the third guidelines is about label the introduction, body, and then conclusion. As you guys can see that I've already mentioned about the introduction and then the body, but I'm really sorry I couldn't mention the conclusion there because it's not enough to put for the whole text there. And then the next is about use a consistent pattern of symbolization and indentation. For example, we are using the Times New Roman for the fonts, for our fonts, and then capital letters, and then equally indented to align with one another. Next is about staying main points and subpoints in full sentences. A brief outline doesn't help much, to be honest. And writing our primary arguments and specific in whole sentences allows you to think through our ideas more clearly. Next is about label transition, internal summarize, and internal previews. To make our speech flow better, including the transition, internal summarize, and previews in our preparation outline. Next is about attach a bibliography. For example, I've already mentioned about the Queen J and then M. We have to include our bibliography with our outline that lists all the sources that you use, such as books, it can be article, website, and etc. The last but not least, we need to give our speech a title if one is desired. For example, my title was The Benefits of Reading. Okay, I think that's all from me. And then the next material, it will be delivered by Miss Astrie. Okay, time is yours.
Thank you, Miss. The next, what is speaking outline? Do you know about speaking outline? Yeah, a speaking outline is an outline that is used while, sorry, Miss. A speaking outline is an outline that is used while delivering a speech. The most people speak extemporaneously, which means the speech is carefully prepared and practiced in advance, but much of the exact wording is selected while the speech is being delivered. You should know then about the speaking outline. The aim of speaking outline is to help you remember what you want to say In some ways, it is a condensed version of your preparation outline. It should contain keywords or phrases to jog your memory, as well as essential statistics and quotations that you don't want to risk forgetting, but it should also include material not in your preparation outline, especially cues to direct and sharpen your delivery. The next slide, Miss. Okay, the next quiet lines for the speaking outline. The first, follow the visual framework used in the preparation outline. Your speaking outline should use the same visual framework, the same symbols, and the same patterns of indentation as your preparation outlines. This will make it much easier to prepare the speaking outline. More important, it will allow you to see instantly where you are in the speech at any given moment while you are speaking. And second, make sure the outline is legible. Your speaking outline is all but worthless unless it is instantly readable at a distance. When you make your outline, use large lettering, leave extra space between lines, provide ample margins, and write or type on only one side of the paper. The third, keep the outline as brief as possible. If your notes are too detailed, you will have difficulty maintaining eye contact with your audience. The fourth, give yourself cues for delivering the speech. A good speaking outline reminds you not only of what you want to say, but also of how you want to say it. As you certain ideas and phrases need special emphasis that they should be spoken more loudly, softly, slowly, or rapidly than other parts of speech. You will also determine how you want to space the speech, how you will control its timing, rhythm, and momentum. But no matter how you work these things out ahead of time, no matter how often you practice, it's easy to forget them once you get in front of an audience. Okay, the next slide, Miss. This is a conclusion. A preparation outline helps organize your speech in detail, while a speaking outline keeps you on track during delivery with brief notes and cues. Effective outlining uh, and better speech delivery. Okay, do you have any question? Sorry.
Okay, thank you so
Yeah,
much,
Q&A.
Astrie. Okay,
Thank you.
okay, I think that's all for our presentation today, guys. And me and then Miss Astrie, we're going to try to answer all of your questions. As our first question, it was from Pak Hen. Yeah, why is outlining important in academic speaking? Okay, I will try to answer it. Outlining is essential in the academic speaking because it helps speakers. For example, number one, organize their thoughts, such as clarify the ideas and structure content logically. Second, stay focused, ensure the speech stays on track and covers key points. Number three, engage the audience, such as create a clear narrative and audience interest. And then the key components of an effective academic speech outline, there are five. The first one, introduction. The functions are to grab attention, introduce the topic, it mentioned about the main point, evidence, and analysis to support the thesis. Third, transition. The functions are connect the idea, summarize key points, and reiterate the thesis. Number five, last but not least, to support the materials, such as it will mention about the example, statistic, quotes, and or visual aids to enhance understanding. So, an effective outline helps speakers deliver a clear, concise, and engaging academic speech. Okay, I think that is my answer, Pak Hen. Is that clear enough?
Yes, thank you very much, Putri. It's very clear. Now this one is to limit your presentation so that when there's kind of a queue and answer question, then you can control that one. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Pak Hen, to ask this question. Okay, and then the second, the question was from Pak Haris, Mr. Haris. I will try to answer it. What is the correct process at outlining the speech and explain them? Okay, the correct process for outlining a speech involves two main pages. The first one is about preparation outline and speaking outline. Basically, we already mentioned it throughout our presentation. The first one is about preparation outline. This is a detailed and complete plan of our speech. It already included about the specific purposes and central idea. Second, clearly organized main point, sub-point, supporting details, transition as well, and a strong introduction and conclusion. And don't forget to mention about the sources or references. The second is about the speaking outline. This is a brief keyword-based version of our preparation outline because it is used during the actual delivery of the speech. It includes about the key points and the cues for delivery, reminders for tone, pauses, or emphasizes. It helps us to stay on track while maintaining eye contact and speaking naturally. So, together, both outlines ensure you are well prepared and confident during your speech. Okay, I think that's all from me. And then for question number 3 until 5, it will be delivered by Miss Astrie.
Yeah, thank you, Miss. Number three, how is it? How is the best way to determine the outline of the speech? Okay. How is the best way to determine the outline of the speech? I think the best way to determine the outline of a speech is to follow a step-by-step process that starts with your purpose and ends with organizing your ideas logically. Here are the steps. The first, identify the purpose and central idea. Clearly define the goal of your speech, whether it is to inform, persuade, or entertain, and write a central idea that summarizes your main message. The second, brainstorm and research key points. Gather information and ideas related to your topic. Choose 2 until 4 main points that support your central idea. The third, organize main points logically. Arrange your points in a logical orders, chronological, cause, effect, problem solving, problem solution, or topical depending on the purpose of your speech. The fourth, add supporting details. This is include facts, examples, statistics, or quotes to back up each main point. The fifth, plan your introduction and conclusion. The introduction should grab attention and preview your points. The conclusion should summarize your main ideas and leave a strong final impression. And the last, treat transition. Use clear transition to connect each section and help the audience follow your message. Okay, is it clear, Ms. Fitri? Ms. Fitri, I think.
Yes, Miss. Thank you for the
Okay.
explanation.
Okay. Yeah, thank you, Miss. The next question, number 4. Uh, the question is, in the art of public speaking, Stephen E. Lucas emphasized structure and clarity in outlining. Explain how a well-structured outline can help both the speaker and the audience. Okay, the answer is in the art of public speaking, Stephen E. Lucas emphasizes structure and clarity in outlining. Explain how a well-structured outline can help both the speaker and the audience. How a well-structured outline helps the speaker and the audience, based on the art of public speaking by Stephen E. Lucas. For the speaker, the first keeps ideas organized and clear. The second helps remember key points while speaking reduces anxiety. And last, ensures smooth transitions and flow. Okay, the next for the audience, the first makes the message easier to follow. The second helps understand the main ideas. The third keeps their attention and interest. And the last improves overall comprehension and retention. Between the speaking outlining and paper outlining. Maybe the answer is the difference between speaking outlining and paper outlining is speaking outlining focuses on clear and concise structure, while paper outlining focuses on detailed and systematic structure. Okay, uh, the next speaking outlining considers time and audience, while paper outlining focuses on content and analysis. And the last difference, the speaking outlining requires clear and simple language, while paper outlining can use more formal and technical language. Okay, is it clear, Mr. Tuhu?
Yes, thank you for the explanation.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss Astrie, to help me to explain and answer all of the number 3 until number 5 question. Thank you so much. Okay, and I think that is the end for our presentation today. I think that's all for now. And then thank you for attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much, presenters. Well done. Okay, Bapak Ibu, now our topic is about outlining a speech. So outlining a speech is very important because it allows us to see the content of our speech. So you can picture whether each part of your speech is developed, do you have any proper supporting materials, whether the main points are properly balanced. So by writing an outlines speech, it helps you to make sure that everything are well structured together. So it's just like a design, or you may say like a blueprint when you are trying to build a house, for example. So imagine if you have any design, if you don't have any design for your the building when you want to build a house. So you just try to make it instantly without any proper thought. So the building, it will has potential to collapse, a big potential to collapse. And or maybe if it is not collapse, it will look weird because yeah, you just add it and add it and add it without any proper thought. Or the building, it doesn't function properly as it should, for example. So by using that kind of analogy, so in speech, just like the first presenter said, that no outline may lead you to speak whether it is too long or too short, or just you're going anywhere without ending. You're just talking about any kind of topic without ending because there is no outline for you. And then yeah, there are two outlines from the book that you need to prepare for your speech. The first one is preparation outline. So preparation here means that you're deciding what are you going to say in introduction, how will you organize the main points and the supporting materials in the body, and what about the conclusion? How will you end your speech? It means preparation outline. So what kind of start would you like from your intro? Would you start it with a rhetorical question or a joke, or maybe directly go to the objectives? It depends on the occasion, right? So choose your start wisely, fit to your audience. This is about the preparation. And then the body, do not forget to divide your main points, and each of the main points should have sub-points supporting your main point, and the conclusion remind your audience about the objectives of your speech. Okay, now it is called preparation outline. And the second one is speaking outline. So speaking outline, it will help you remember what you want to say. In some ways, it's like it may contain some keywords or phrases, so it is different from preparation outline. So speaking outline it will trigger your brain that maybe you forget, and then you see the speaking outline. It will trigger your brain, your memory, your memory. What is the essential statistic or quotations that you don't want to forget, and it is important to convey. This means speaking outline. So beda ya Bapak Ibu. Kalau preparation outline itu adalah yang tadi itu introduction-nya apa, isinya kita mulai dari mana, kemudian body-nya seperti apa. Kalau speaking outline perbedaannya adalah kita hanya menulis poin-poin yang ini penting mau disampaikan. Kalau di buku itu halamannya page 206 if I'm not mistaken, di bukunya Lukas itu. Sebentar coba. Okay, I've sent to our WhatsApp group, yeah. You can see that this is the speaking outline. The most effective is the right side. So, for example, you want to talk about, this is about history now. For example, you want to talk about the development of TEFL teaching method, for example. So you will remember from what time to what time, what kind of method, who proposed the method, in what year. So it will help you to remember gitu. Kalau kita ada speaking outline, misalnya kalau di sini contohnya adalah from what year to what year, and then ini diganti aja nanti jadi what kind of TEFL teaching method that you want to talk about from the earliest until the latest gitu. Jadi ini membantu kita mau ngomong apa. Jadi beda dengan preparation outline ya. Speaking outline itu mengingatkan kita bahwa sampai sini kita ngomongnya ini. Nanti yang metodologinya apa, misalnya teaching methodnya apa, yang mengarang itu siapa, propose-nya siapa yang menciptakan. Jadi kita akan tahu, mengingatkan kita memori kita bahwa ini ada si A, ini si B, ini si C. Nah gitu, itu namanya speaking outline. So the difference, mudah-mudahan dapat feelingnya dengan melihat gambar ini. Ini namanya speaking outline. So tadi saya bilang, jadi you need the speaking outline to remember what is the important words or phrases or sentences or information that you want to convey gitu. Jadi jangan sampai lupa nih mau ngomong ini nih, yang pentingnya ini nih. Nah itu namanya masuk ke dalam speaking outline. So based on the explanation, jadi untuk tadi pertanyaan tadi sudah dijawab dengan baik based on the explanation. An effective academic speech outline should include a clear introduction, well-developed main body with main points, supporting evidence, and strong conclusion. And transition, of course. Transition, do not forget about transition. You have to let your audience know where you are. Gitu. Next point, or this is the end of the main point, and then let's go on to another topic, bla bla bla. Itu namanya transition. Jadi orang tahu kita sedang bicara apa di kamar mana, nggak salah kamar. Gitu ya. Jadi itu penting. Karena outlining itu membuat audience itu paham kita sedang bicara apa, dan kemudian audience will get the message. Kemudian tadi juga what is the correct process? Correct process tentu saja menciptakan dari three main parts tadi, introduction, the body, and the conclusion. Kemudian how is the best way to determine ya, bukan determine the outline of the speech adalah dengan tentu saja what is the main goal of your speech. Tujuan kita untuk membuat speech itu apa? Baru di situ kita membuat outline-nya. What is the purpose of your speech? What is the central idea of your message? What are you going to convey? Mau nyampain apa? Baru kemudian structure your speech into three main parts yang tadi, introduction, body, and conclusion. And finally, when you're trying to make conclusion, summarize your main points supaya audiensnya ingat kita mau menyampaikan apa. And then how a well-structured outline can help both the speaker and the audience, of course, because it will make both of us remember the message yang harus dilakukan. Baik speaker ya jadi ingat mau ngomong apa, audiensnya juga paham speaker mau menyampaikan apa. Jadi remember the message. Kemudian yang terakhir tentu saja beda, the speaking outline and paper outlining. Speaking outline tentu saja it is made for speech, and then a paper outline, of course, it's for written text. And usually, speaking outline is yang lebih sederhana, paper outline essay yang lebih full of sentence, full sentence, full document, lebih lengkap kata-katanya, kalimatnya. Mungkin itu ya yang saya tambahkan karena presentersnya tadi sudah baik sekali menyampaikan. Is there anything that you want to add before we close our presentation for today? Kalau tidak ada, boleh selesai. Kalau ada yang mau ditanyakan, boleh ditanyakan. Nampaknya semuanya sudah puas, sudah kenyang, dan sudah lapar. Oke, kalau tidak ada yang ingin ditanyakan, maka untuk hari ini, thank you very much for the audience, for presenters. I'll see you next week. Take care. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera untuk semuanya. Sehat-sehat ya, Bapak Ibu.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
May.
you. You're welcome.
Thank you, Dokter.
Thank you, Miss.